Hi guys, this is Tom from the Storyguys, and I have a story to share with you that I wrote just as an example for anybody that might be interested in sharing their stories with us. It's called Swearing is Important. This actually took place about 40 years ago at, wow, at Taylor University, where I went to school. I was a speech and drama major at Taylor University, and I was cast in Long Day's Journey into Night, played by Eugene O'Neill. And I remember a few moments from that experience. The script contains a fair amount of cursing, and for good reason. It's a very dramatic depiction of an incredibly dysfunctional family who abuse alcohol and drugs and aren't particularly nice to each other. This is the Wikipedia summary of the plot. Quote, "The action covers a fateful, heart-rending day from around 8:30 a.m. to midnight in August 1912 at the seaside Connecticut home of the Tyrones. The autobiographical representation of O'Neill himself, his older brother, and their parents at their home, Monte Cristo Cottage. One theme of the play is addiction and the resulting dysfunction of the family. All three males are alcoholics, and Mary is addicted to morphine. They all constantly conceal, blame, resent, regret, accuse, deny in an escalating cycle of conflict with occasional desperate and half-sincere attempts at affection, encouragement, and consolation." O'Neill wrote the play in 1942 and gave a sealed copy to an editor at Random House with the agreement that it wouldn't be published until 25 years after his death. But due to circumstances beyond his control, the play was published in 1956, just 3 years after his death. When it opened on Broadway in November of 1956, it won high praise and the Tony Award for the Best Play in 1957. Also, O'Neill was posthumously awarded the Pulitzer Prize for Drama in 1957. It's a hell of a show. I was proud to be cast as Jamie for a couple of reasons. It was a small cast, and each character was complex. Jamie's not a sympathetic character, and it was fun to play a bad boy. Taylor is a Christian university with a very strict Christian standard for its staff and students. I was proud to be part of a production that was clearly a gamble for Professor Getchis, the director. The speech and drama department wasn't known for doing anything controversial, and this show was pushing past the comfort zone and into a reality that wasn't discussed by most of the Taylor community. We rehearsed the show as written. Nothing was censored because it is a beautifully crafted script. I could tell a couple of the cast members were initially uncomfortable with the swearing and the drinking to drunkenness that was part of the plot development. But as we got closer to opening night, all our characters were true to life, and the rhythm of their speech sounded natural and appropriate for the situation. And even though it was iced tea, we drank it like we'd been drinking for years. The show was good, and we knew it. We invited the faculty and staff to our dress rehearsal performance the night before opening. I'm sure it was Professor Getch's way of testing the water to see how they would react to our little drama. Usually there isn't an audience per se for a dress rehearsal because sometimes, even when a show's well directed and rehearsed, a dress rehearsal can come apart at the seams. It's your last chance really to correct any problems that show may have. But we weren't treating this as a dress rehearsal because of our esteemed audience, and it went very well. I remember everyone being especially pleased with that performance. Well, almost everyone. It seems that certain department heads asked to meet with Professor Getchis afterwards. They felt that the cursing wasn't necessary and asked that it be removed for the performances that the student body would be attending in the following days. Now, you have to remember, swearing was strictly prohibited on campus. We were saying friggin' and frackin' instead, but it just didn't have the same emphasis. But that's all that was permitted. So, needless to say, when Prof gave us our notes after the show and told us the news about his conversation with the powers that be, we were friggin' pissed. First of all, you don't rewrite a Pulitzer Prize drama, and secondly, once you memorize your dialogue, it's extremely difficult to recite it while trying to remember to leave out some key words. So our elation turned to disappointment. We came back the next night to open the show for our fellow students with a new set of worries. Not only were we nervous because it was opening night, but we had the extra burden of trying to remember to censor ourselves. it was too much to ask. The first performance was jittery and somewhat stilted, with only an occasional slip of the tongue. I'm sure Eugene O'Neill was rolling over in his grave. The second performance, we got our confidence back, and about half the curse words as well. And on the third night, all hell broke loose, and we gave a standing ovation performance with every fucking swear word back where it belonged, and a couple of new ones just for the hell of it. It was an emotional, draining experience to inhabit the lives of such complex characters, but it was exhilarating to see the audience respond to the incredible story told as it should be. We not only played a family, but we became a family during the weeks that we spent putting that show together. The speech and drama department was so small that not only had we rehearsed the play on stage, but we'd all been part of the construction crew to build and decorate the set as well. We spent 6 weeks working on the show in one way or another. I do remember crying as we struck the set after our last performance. I kept thinking that it felt as if we were tearing down our own home. That's my story, and I hope you enjoyed it. Hope that you will come back and share some of your stories so that we can get them out to the world. So thanks for joining me, and hope to see you soon. Thanks.